You don't want to be there when a Sigma female is pushed to her limits. Hi everyone. Every female has a moment when she can't take any more. What happens when a Sigma female reaches this point in a world that often doesn't get her? She moves through life quietly, but with deep intensity, and relies only on herself. When she hits her limit, the results are far from quiet. Get ready for a raw and direct look at the 8 most intense changes that happen when this independent woman is pushed too far. This tale isn't for those who shy away from tough stories. It's a stark unveiling of the intense strength that comes out when her limits are broken. The most perilous individual is someone who quietly listens, reflects, and watches. Brace yourself to see how she turns her deepest struggles into a forceful, undeniable burst of strength that will challenge all your previous understandings about her. Number 1. Sigma female in focused mode. When a Sigma female reaches her limit, she enters what might be called focused mode. This doesn't mean she shaves her head or wears robes, though she might do something unexpected like that. It's really about her choosing to be alone for a while and concentrate very hard. It's as if she decides to step back from everything and everyone and shut herself in a world of her own, where she sharpens her mind and spirit. During this phase, she practices extreme discipline, waking up early, staying up late, and following a strict schedule. It's similar to training for a marathon, but instead of running, she immerses herself in reading, exploring new ideas, and chasing personal achievements. Her days are filled with tasks that help her grow, and she removes anything from her life that distracts from her goals. Social media? Gone. Idle chit-chat? No way. She's focused on improving herself, and distractions just don't fit into that picture. She delves into deep self-reflection like a detective putting together pieces of her life's puzzle. She critically assesses her previous actions, beliefs, and relationships, being incredibly honest with herself. This isn't about pitying herself or pointing fingers at others. It's a careful evaluation. She's working out what has been effective, what hasn't, and how she can improve herself. It's as if she's her own coach, driving herself to new levels. Her eating habits, exercise routine, and even her sleeping patterns undergo a complete transformation. She chooses foods that enhance her brain function, exercises in ways that make her feel powerful, and regards sleep as crucial to her next big achievement. It's as though she's turned her life into a lab experiment, adjusting each detail to discover the perfect recipe for success. Those around her might be a bit concerned by her sudden retreat. Friends might be curious why she's disappeared, and her family might think she's turned into a hermit. But she's not hiding, she's just recharging. This intense focus and alone time are her ways of preparing for a comeback that will astonish everyone. It's as if she's telling everyone, "Don't worry, I'll return, but when I do, you'll hardly recognize me." And when she finally steps out of her self-chosen solitude, she's a force to be reckoned with. She has gained a clarity and strength that seem almost supernatural. Her objectives are more precise, her vision is clearer, and her resolve is firm. She's ready to face the world with an enthusiasm that leaves others amazed. So, if you see a Sigma female entering monk mode, understand that she's not backing down. She's getting ready for a change so significant it will transform everything around her. She's sharpening her inner warrior, and when she's ready, she'll return stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than before. Number 2. They act like they've got nothing left to lose. When a Sigma female reaches her limit, she becomes someone you wouldn't want to cross. It's like watching someone walk away unscathed from a car wreck, except she's walking away from the old parts of her life. She starts acting like she has nothing to lose, And that's when things become really interesting and somewhat scary. First, she stops worrying about others' opinions, which is both liberating and a bit disconcerting. She might suddenly quit her job, leave a harmful relationship, or start a bold new hobby out of the blue. Why? Because she's fed up with the nonsense and eager to chase what genuinely excites her. This new version of her doesn't hold back. If she thinks her boss is out of touch, she's going to say it. If she feels destined for more, she pursues it with a fierce determination that might seem a bit reckless. Her clothing choices might change as well. She swaps subdued, practical outfits for vivid colors and bold styles. It's as if she's dressing for the life she desires, not the one she was expected to live. She starts to live by the idea, you only live once, but adds her own spin. You only live once, so why not give it your all? Her social media will probably transform too. Gone are the indirect jabs or ambiguous updates. Now she shares her raw thoughts and bold selfies. She's finished acting as if everything is okay and is now focused on expressing her genuine self. This openness is refreshing, but may surprise those who believed they truly knew her. When a Sigma female feels she has nothing left to lose, she discovers a unique kind of courage. She'll take risks that astonish and slightly unsettle others. She's the kind who might choose to backpack across Europe with just a journal and a thirst for adventure, or start a business from nothing with a go big or go home mindset. It's not just about being wild and free, it's about taking back her power and rewriting her own story. There's something mesmerizing about watching someone live so freely, but it also serves as a reminder that when pushed too far, even the most controlled and independent people can become incredibly powerful and unpredictable. And honestly, who wouldn't want to witness that kind of drama? Just make sure you're not standing in her path. Number 3. They channel their rage into fuel for change. When a Sigma female reaches her breaking point, she doesn't just become upset, she becomes calculated. It's like watching a master chef use frustration to whip up a recipe for significant change. Her anger turns into a powerful force that drives real, positive changes in her life. She starts by using that strong energy to get rid of the unnecessary. Toxic friends are out. She quits her dead-end job and she drops unsatisfying habits. She doesn't merely complain about her problems. She uses them to identify what's failing and then decisively removes these obstacles. It's as if she's cleaning up her life, but instead of seeing if something brings joy, she's checking if it's worth her time and mental health. She begins to take actions that astonish everyone around her. Maybe she's tired of being underappreciated at work, so she finally proposes that innovative idea she's been sitting on, or she might even start her own company. Her rage fuels her courage to make bold moves she might have previously hesitated to make. She's no longer content to be a minor character in her own life and is ready to step into the spotlight. Her anger also sharpens her focus. Suddenly, she's operating with laser-like precision. Her productivity skyrockets because she's driven to prove to herself and others that she's a force to be reckoned with. It's as if she has an inner drill sergeant pushing her to the limit, and she's fully committed. Tasks that once seemed daunting now appear as mere steps on her path to a major victory. There's a certain amusement in the way she faces challenges with this new vigor. It's almost as if she's saying, "Oh, you think I can't do that? Watch me." She transforms slights and frustrations into opportunities to excel. It's both a bit scary and incredibly motivating to watch her in action. Her anger isn't merely a problem, it's a controlled power that paves the way for new beginnings. People around her definitely notice the shift. Some may feel overwhelmed by her intensity, while others are attracted to her determination. Her transformation is captivating, leaving everyone wondering what she will do next. It's as if her anger has transformed her into an unstoppable force, and everyone else is just trying to keep pace. So when a Sigma female reaches her breaking point, she doesn't just get upset, she gets moving. She channels her anger into a catalyst for change, turning every obstacle into a comeback and every irritation into a step towards a life that's not just different, but significantly improved. Number 4, they transform beyond recognition. When a Sigma female reaches her breaking point, she undergoes such a deep transformation that she's nearly unrecognizable. It's like watching someone evolve from an ordinary person into an unstoppable force, though there are no dramatic reveals or obvious changes. This profound shift affects every aspect of her life. Her demeanor changes first. Her previously easygoing, laid-back nature disappears. In its place, she exudes a fierce, intensely focused energy that makes people take a second look when she enters a room. You can almost sense the atmosphere shift. She transitions from a relaxed persona to one who demands attention and offers no apologies. Her priorities also change completely. Things that once seemed important, like fitting in or avoiding conflicts, now feel trivial. She's empowered by a clear, unwavering vision of what she wants and where she's going. This sharp focus makes her relentless in pursuing her objectives. If something or someone doesn't aid her progress, she quickly moves past them. It's somewhat like a major cleanup, but instead of removing dust and clutter, she's cutting out negative influences and unnecessary burdens from her life. Her style changes too. Her previous wardrobe of neutral and practical items, replaced by bold choices that mirror her newfound boldness. She's no longer shy about standing out. In fact, she relishes it. Her appearance becomes a reflection of her internal change, and it's quite noticeable. She dresses with purpose, and every outfit declares, "I'm here, and I mean business." Her social connections change dramatically as well. She loses interest in small talk and shallow relationships. She becomes choosier about who she spends her time with, preferring deep, meaningful connections over casual ones. Her social circle may get smaller, but it becomes stronger and more supportive. She surrounds herself with people who motivate her, challenge her, and encourage her growth. Others are politely but firmly left behind. In her professional life, she becomes a powerhouse. She approaches challenges with a new energy that leaves her colleagues trying to catch up. Tasks that once seemed daunting are now managed with ease. She's not merely attending meetings. She's at the helm, defining the priorities and championing new ideas. It's as if she's been supercharged and nothing can hold her back. Her way of communicating also changes. She becomes more straightforward, more assertive, and fearless in expressing her opinions. If she spots a problem, she points it out. If she has an idea, she presents it with confidence. Her words have impact because they come from a place of deep belief and self-confidence. People begin to listen more intently, realizing that her contributions are worth paying attention to. Ultimately, when a Sigma female hits her breaking point, she lets go of her former self and comes out stronger, more resilient, and intensely focused. It's like seeing a caterpillar turn into a beautiful butterfly, but with much more edge and a wardrobe update. She's not just surviving, she's flourishing in the most remarkable way. Number 5. They vanish without a trace. When a Sigma female reaches her limit, she might just vanish. It doesn't mean she's disappeared from everything, but she starts avoiding places and people she usually spends time with. This sudden disappearance might surprise others, but for her, it's a calculated move. She isn't cutting ties for amusement. She's stepping back to gather her thoughts and re-evaluate. It's as if she's pressing the reset button on her life. She might turn off her social media, ignore phone calls, and skillfully dodge social gatherings. It's her way of saying, I need some quiet to get back to my true self. During this period, she surrounds herself with silence, allowing her to think without the interference of others' opinions. She isn't seeking approval or pity. She's searching for clear-mindedness. During this time of stepping back, she's deeply reflective, examining every aspect of her life carefully. She's asking herself hard questions and is completely honest about her desires and needs. Her friends might start to worry, sending texts asking, "Are you okay?" and "Where have you been?" However, she's not avoiding them because she's upset with them. She just needs room to breathe and silence to hear her own thoughts. It's like a mental cleanse, removing all the stress and negativity so she can return more focused and stronger. This act of disappearing also helps her reassess her relationships. Those who genuinely care will understand her need for space and will be there for her when she's ready to reach out again. Those who fail to understand might fade away, and she's okay with that. It's like a natural filtering process, leaving her surrounded by only those who truly get and support her. When she comes back, it's as if she's returning from a long trip, changed and refreshed. She has a new outlook, a clearer goal, and a stronger sense of who she is. Her break has equipped her with what she needs to face future challenges with fresh vigor. So if a Sigma female seems to disappear suddenly, there's no need to worry. She's not escaping. She's just taking time to recharge. And when she returns, she'll be even more powerful and focused than before. It's her way of announcing, "I'm back and better than ever." Number 6. They perfect the skill of staying silent. When a Sigma female reaches her limit, she perfects the art of staying silent in a way that's both fascinating and a little disconcerting. This isn't just typical quietness. It's a profound, almost strategic silence that captures attention. It's as though she's turned down the volume on her life and has gone into stealth mode. She stops participating in the usual small talk and shallow interactions. Chit-chat? Not her style. She avoids engaging in pointless gossip or the minor debates that once filled her time. Instead, her silence makes a strong statement. It's as if she's declaring, "If it's not meaningful, I don't want to be part of it." This new quietness isn't about isolation. It's about saving her energy for the things that really matter. Those around her might find this change both fascinating and a bit troubling. It's as though she's erected an unseen barrier. Once the center of attention and the person everyone turned to for advice, she now takes on the role of a quiet observer. Her presence is still noticeable, but she no longer actively engages. This shift may leave others wondering about their relationship with her. Her silence isn't a sign of defeat or weakness. Rather, it's a powerful way to take charge. By choosing not to join every talk or dispute, she's establishing boundaries and managing her mental environment. It's similar to watching someone skillfully avoid a flurry of verbal attacks while remaining totally calm and collected. Her silence also causes others to pay more attention. She used to be the star of the party and everyone's favorite advisor, but now she's more of a quiet watcher. Although she's there, she's not actively involved. This change can make others feel uncertain about their relationship with her. Her silence isn't a sign of giving up or weakness. Instead, it's a strong way to assert control. By staying out of every chat or dispute, she's creating personal boundaries and managing her own mental space. It's like observing someone smoothly sidestep a flood of verbal attacks while remaining totally serene and in control. This quietness also causes others to take more notice. When she speaks, each word she uses is powerful. She only makes comments when necessary, and because they're so few, they have a big impact. It's as if she's a wise person giving out valuable advice. When she decides to speak, everyone pays attention. Essentially, her use of silence is a clever tactic that makes others curious. She uses it to take back her power and concentrate on what's important to her. There's a sense of drama in her actions, similar to a superhero who doesn't just watch what she says, but also how others see her. So, if you notice she's quiet around you, remember, it's not personal. It's her method of maintaining control and establishing her own guidelines. Number 7. They find strength in solitude. When a Sigma female reaches her breaking point, she discovers a surprising ally in solitude. Instead of seeking comfort in crowds or distractions, she turns inward, embracing the silence that comes with being alone. This isn't about feeling lonely. It's about harnessing the power of solitude to rebuild her inner strength. In these quiet moments, she might delve into hobbies that she's neglected or passions she's put on hold, finding joy in things that require only her own company. Her self-sufficiency becomes her superpower, allowing her to recharge and refocus without the need for external validation. It's as if she's found a secret garden where she can nurture her spirit, emerging more grounded and self-assured. To the outside world, she might seem isolated, but in reality, she's building a fortress around her well-being, crafting a sanctuary that no one else can penetrate. Number 8. They rewrite their own rules. A Sigma female at her breaking point doesn't just break down, she breaks free from the old rules that once confined her. With a newfound disregard for societal expectations, she begins to write her own playbook. This might mean setting unconventional goals or pursuing paths less traveled. She no longer waits for permission or seeks approval. She simply acts according to what feels right for her. This rule rewriting can manifest in various ways. Perhaps she starts a business that challenges the status quo, or she adopts a lifestyle that defies traditional norms. Her actions become statements of independence, each choice a chapter in her new rulebook. As she crafts her own norms, she inspires those around her to question their own boundaries and perhaps to start rewriting their own rules too. Her life becomes a vivid illustration of the freedom that comes from living authentically, proving that true liberation starts the moment you decide to make your own way. Thank you for tuning in. Catch you in the next video. Goodbye for now, and as always, until next time.